Beethoven's Ninth Symphony is a piece that changed the future of music forever. And I don't just mean the future since the time that Beethoven composed the Ninth Symphony. I mean that it continues to change the way that composers write music today. Beethoven is also a hero for many artists because he faced difficulties and overcame them. Most famously in 1801, 1802, when he was dealing with his own impending deafness. And he very nearly committed suicide, and there's a famous letter he wrote to his brothers called the Heiligenstadt Testament. And at one point I was traveling through Europe and I sat in the house where he wrote that testament and tried to imagine what it would be like to be a virtuosic pianist in Vienna in the high point of one's career, composing music for a living and losing your hearing. It's such a calamity that you can relate to the idea that Beethoven wanted to end his life at that point, but he didn't. And somehow the music he wrote transcended these hardships in a way that we can all relate to. Some music comes very easily to composers. Mozart is famous for writing some of his music at a bar. It just was something he could do hardly without thinking. Now, Mozart worked hard too, but Beethoven, you can sense the struggle in his compositions. You can sense how hard it was for him to compose every bar. The Ode to Joy that we think of as one of the greatest melodies, and it's a very simple melody. It's a melody that many of our young people play when they're first starting to play their instruments. He went through dozens and dozens of revisions of this melody to get it just right. And so when we hear his music, I think there's something satisfying and inspiring about it, because we think about all of our own struggles and whether we will be able to overcome them. And we can point to Beethoven's music and say, well, he overcame his struggles, maybe I can overcome my own.